Looking to sound like you know what's going on in the world? Social strategy, comedy, and other funny stuff? Well, join the club and settle in for the Jeff Dwoskin Show. It's not the podcast we deserve, but the podcast we all need, with your host, Jeff Dwoskin.
Oh, Davey, thank you very much for that amazing introduction. You get me going every time. Yes. Here we are, episode 6. Just got off the phone with a good friend of mine, Dan, and we set up some time for a future episode. We're going to go deep into toilet paper, over or under. A lot of you are talking about it. Everyone's obsessed with it. We're going to get to the bottom, which is the right way. But that's going to be a future episode, something to look forward to. Hope you're looking forward to that already. Just jot that on your calendar. In the meantime, I'd like everyone to check out our sponsor, Stamps. Hey, when was the last time you saw one of us? Stamps. We mail letters. Quit paying your bills online. You're putting the post office out of business. Come on. You need that guy, woman driving to your house every day, dropping off the mail. What else do we got to look forward to in this stay-at-home world? It's the only person that even comes to my house. So let's keep them. Buy some stamps. Funny story about stamps. I was needing to pay some bills, a couple that I, for some reason, couldn't pay online. I went to a place called Going Postal. It's just a shipping place around my house. And I said, I need 2 stamps, please. And he said, sure. And so I handed him $1. And he just kind of looks at me. And then he reaches into this little bowl and he pulls out 10 cents. And I said, wait, how much are stamps? He goes, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I'm like, well, no, how much are stamps? I honestly have no idea. Are they more than 50 cents now? Because all of mine say forever. I have no context on what a stamp costs. He's like, don't worry, I got it. No, I have a dime. I can give you a dime. He's like, no, it's okay. I was like, it was kind of embarrassing because I had no idea how much a stamp costs. I just handed him $1. And he's just like, oh, this poor guy can't afford 2 stamps. I'm going to help him out. So anyway, that's my stamp story. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed reliving it. For the social media tips portion of the show today, I wanted to do something special, mix it up a bit, if you will. So I have brought onto the show Jennifer Fishkind. Bring her on in a second. She is an expert blogger and expert pinner on Pinterest. I know, I usually talk Twitter, but we're going Pinterest today. We're going all in on Pinterest. A lot of opportunity there. We're going to discuss it, and I know you're going to love it. Here we go. All right, we're here with Jennifer Fishkind. She's a blogger, social media consultant, master pinner on Pinterest.
Master pinner.
Master pinner. So Jennifer, Princess Pinky Girl, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Sure, no problem. Hi, Jeff.
Hi.
So I own a website called Princess Pinky Girl, and it's focused on easy recipes, easy crafts, travel. The niche of it is really for people who don't like to cook, can't cook, don't like a lot of instructions, just real easy. Basically, if I can do it, anyone can do it. Again, easy recipes and mostly easy recipes and travel.
That's what we look for online in our family. We're not very proficient in anything specifically. So
right. Well, I always say if there's too many ingredients or there's too many steps or something that like a process I've never heard of, forget it. I'll close it out. So
I don't want to gloss over your you are a queen on Pinterest.
Or princess.
Princess, I guess that makes more sense. One day you'll be a queen.
I can try to upgrade the name of my blog site. How's that?
Yeah, it's too much marketing involved. Stay a princess.
It's a lot.
So you have like 3.5 million plus followers on Pinterest?
I have 3.7 almost million on Pinterest.
Pushing 4 million. How'd you get so popular on Pinterest?
So back in the day, like around 2012, when I was planning my son's bar mitzvah, I was doing a camp theme bar mitzvah, and that's right when Pinterest started. And it's actually, I don't know if anyone remembers, when you actually had to have an invite to get onto Pinterest. Like you couldn't just like log in and sign on. You had to be invited with a personal code. You had to be on a wait list. And I started doing, saving ideas for his bar mitzvah, which was like I said, camp themed bar mitzvah. And at the time, rustic weddings were really hot and really trending. And anything rustic, a lot of the ideas I was saving were rustic decorations and stuff. And Pinterest started highlighting my Jake's bar mitzvah board. And all of a sudden one day my niece called me and she's like, was so excited because she got on Pinterest. And she's like, Auntie Jen, do you know you have like 1 million followers on Pinterest? I'm like, I keep getting all these notifications. I'm like, doesn't everyone have 1 million followers? I'm like, I just assumed everyone had like lots of followers. Everyone was following everyone. She's like, I have 4. Then I started getting some calls from companies asking if I would sell them my Pinterest account. And I'm like, you can get one for free. And I started doing a little more investigating, wondering why everybody was so interested in updating my account, and realized there was more stuff I could do with it. So I started on doing affiliate marketing, and I was, pinning stuff and driving people to other websites, to purchase, stuff from Nordstrom's or, ShopBop or, Zappos, whatever. And I realized at some point, Pinterest could say, well, we don't want you doing that anymore. And I figured if I'm driving all this traffic to these other places, because I was driving a lot of traffic, that I really should be driving traffic to something of my own. So, on an August afternoon, I decided I was going to start a blog. And I'm like, I really didn't know what a blog was at that time. I had no idea, and I didn't know what I was going to write about. Sat down and I started it, and my husband and I kind of started researching the ins and outs of blogs. And, next thing I knew, I was operating a full-time plus business, stopped working in my regular job and did this full-time.
Following the social media dream.
It was a social media dream. I think part of it was luck, and part of it was asking a lot of questions and networking with the right people to learn everything I didn't know. I was like a sponge. I'm like, tell me everything that I need to know about writing a blog. And, I made a lot of mistakes, but did a lot of things right.
That's amazing. That is a true princess fairy tale. And just for the record, I was at Jake's bar mitzvah, and you did a great job putting that together.
Imagine if I did it now and all the resources available. But
I know. So tell people why. To go back to your origins, Tell people why people should use Pinterest. Like what is Pinterest all about?
So Pinterest has changed a lot in the last couple of years, and it's something that's constantly evolving. And if you talk to people at Pinterest, they actually they don't look at themselves as a social media outlet. Like that's not who they are. And it really isn't what it is. It's a visual search engine. It's, it's a visual Google, really. For me, honestly, as much as I would love to say my number of followers matters at this point, it doesn't. It's how you're using Pinterest. You can have a handful of followers and be really successful on Pinterest if you're doing it right. So what's great is for anyone who's used it, and a lot of people, let's say for a recipe, and you wanted to find a fajita recipe, you type in fajitas, and then it's going to give you options of narrowing down your results on filters above, but it's also going to give you images of all the different fajita recipes out there. So you can see before you click what you're going to get and get an idea. So you're not spending so much time checking to see if this is what you're actually looking for, because you're seeing the image right there and then of what, of the recipe you're looking for or whatever it is that you're searching. So it's a great tool. And especially, I love it for recipes, but I use it for everything. Like if I'm planning a trip, I want an itinerary, that's where my go-to is. I use Google a ton, but I use Pinterest probably more. But also, for the average user, you can get your ideas on there. If you're building a house and you want to have ideas for what your bathroom is going to look like, you can start pinning ideas to your bathroom board, share that with your designer, and then they can really get a visual of what you're looking for. So there's so many uses of it, and it's so great, and it's really good for any size business, brick and mortar or online.
What would a business use it for?
Driving traffic. Especially if you're an online business, driving traffic to your website. The majority of my traffic, I would love to say that the majority of my traffic came from organic search from Google, but it doesn't. The majority, I'm a social blogger. My majority of my traffic comes from between Facebook and Pinterest. So if, for online especially, if you're doing any kind of sales, you're selling product, absolutely the place where you should be spending time on learning how to drive traffic from Pinterest. And there is a strategy there.
Do people go to Pinterest to learn about new products? Is that
For
one of the?
sure. Absolutely. I mean, you still have the people who, especially on the days where we're in carpool lines and we're sitting on our phone and you're scrolling on your phone and looking, just trying to waste a few minutes, going through your home feed. That used to be like the majority of Pinterest users. Now people go and they go search for something specific, for ideas and product. Absolutely. If you're looking for gift ideas, gift ideas for Father's Day, that's a huge search term for businesses. There's a really great tool within Pinterest called Trends. If you just Google Pinterest Trends, and it'll show you when the highest search volume is for a particular search term. So if it's Father's Day gifts, obviously it's going to peak around Father's Day. But for me, who does mostly recipes, I'm going to search Watergate salad and see when that's going to peak. It's going to peak in the summer. It's going to peak in the holidays. So I know that I need to do my content planning a couple months before that.
You mentioned earlier doing Pinterest right. What should people pin? And
as a user, there's no right or wrong. It's however you want to use it. It's making your boards, making them specific. If you're just using it for you, it's however your brain works, however you'll file stuff. If you're talking about using it as a tool for your business, then that's a little more complicated because there is absolute strategy on that. And that strategy changes constantly with Pinterest on the right and wrong on how to do things.
In terms of just if I just wanted, like for my comedy, I used to post stand-up shots, just pictures of me with a silly joke on it. Like what would, if people are, it sounds like it's a great tool to create vision boards.
Yeah, for sure.
To collect information. But like, unless you're, is that what the majority of normal people would just use it for? I mean, just to kind of just take in other people's content.
Absolutely. It's for getting ideas, gathering ideas, storing them, and being able to revisit them when you're ready to use them.
But from a business point of view, you can get new products out.
For a business point of view, to me, it's about driving traffic. It's driving traffic, to your website or to your business.
But when you go to Pinterest, the information that drives to the website, is that generally then focused on some kind of new product, something that, so Pinterest is like kind of like a pivot point. Is that what, am I understanding correctly in terms of like, I see this new product and I don't have all the information in Pinterest about this new product, but I click on it and it takes me to where all the information is.
Yeah. And that comes down to like your pin description so that you're, putting the correct, SEO in there because it's very search engine optimization. You're putting the right keyword terms in there so that when people are doing searches and looking for something. So again, if you're, if you're wanting to put a quote up there, that you're making sure that the word quote is in the description and that you're getting some other keywords in there as well. If it's a product that you're being very specific for what that product could be used for, great gift for Father's Day, great gift for him, great gift for her, and you're making it feel authentic that you're not just keyword stuffing as well, because Pinterest they don't like that.
Got it. So when I'm finding one of your recipes, is the Pinterest and a tease, and then it takes me to your Princess Pinky Girl website.
I'm not going to give you all the details. I'm not going to tell you how to cook it. I'm not going to tell you exactly what you need, but I might put some key ingredients in there so that if you're searching for a cake mix recipe, it says cake mix in there. Or if you're searching for something with chicken, I'm going to have the word chicken in there, and you're looking for chicken dinner recipes. I'm going to be these cheap pan fajitas, are great. You can use chicken, you can use beef, you can use shrimp. It's an easy weeknight dinner that your kids will love. So I'm getting the kids in there, great kids, because people will search kids dinner ideas, so you're getting those key search terms in there so that when someone searches, I'm going to come up high.
Got it. So if you're doing guacamole, you'd be like, grab some avocados and ... Right. I got to click on the website.
Exactly. But what really is going to get your results as a business owner high up is the image, because you have to remember it's a visual search engine. It's all about the image and having the right image there so that when it does come up in search, people are drawn to click on it and they want to see more. So it's all about the picture.
Very cool. All right. So it's all about the picture. It's all about the description and having a great landing page.
Definitely.
So what's your favorite recipe that you have pinned, or most popular recipe?
Like today, it changes depending on the season. Right now it's s'more bars, and it's like graham cracker with chocolate bars and then marshmallows, and they're roasted. They're in the oven, and they're like a copycat Starbucks recipe, and that's like gone insane for me.
Amazing. Your favorite travel destination right now that you're talking about?
Home.
Oh, yeah, nobody's trying.
We just took a trip last summer to the Amalfi Coast in Italy, and I actually had just put a blog post up about it right before everything started. And it was probably one of my favorite trips that we've ever done. It was so amazing.
Yeah, bad time to be sending people to Italy back then.
Bad time to send people in Italy, but I'm glad I went last year.
Yeah, you got Italy in under the wire.
The wire.
What are the top 5 things like on Pinterest? Like if I was going to tell someone to use Pinterest and go, well, here's like 5 things that you should...
I mean, recipes are very highly searched. Fashion is huge. Travel is huge. Decor, like home decor, outdoor decor, like if you want ideas for your garden or ideas for your backyard, things to do with kids, like those are all the things that are kind of hot and trending right now.
That's awesome.
But recipes are always huge.
Recipes changed our life. My wife had very limited recipe set, and then when we discovered Pinterest many years ago, and it's expanded, but now we actually get stuff off TikTok and Tasty and all that kind of stuff too. But changed our lives.
Yes.
Pinterest did. All right. So, well, thanks again for joining us, Jennifer. Tell everyone where they can find you.
Absolutely. So princesspinkygirl.com is my site. On Pinterest, you can actually find me at J Fishkind. I know it seems weird, but that's when I started my account under and couldn't change the name. So my big board, my one that has over 3.5 million is my want, need, love, because it's all the things I want, I need, and I love. And everywhere else, you can find me at Princess Pinky Girl on Instagram, on TikTok. I don't do much on there yet. Facebook, I have a big Facebook following as well. So that's Princess Pinky Girl as well. So follow me, say hi. If you try one of my recipes, be sure to tag me. I'll always comment.
Sounds good. Well, thanks, Jennifer. I appreciate it. All right. Great
fun.
time.
Thanks, Tom.
Thanks.
Right.
Well, that was Jennifer Fishkind. If you haven't checked out Pinterest, if you've never really used it, definitely check it out. There's just so much there, so much to kind of deep dive into. It's a treasure trove of information. So definitely check that out. Set up a board. Hey, who knows? One day you may be Pinterest famous. I have a new board now. I put all the shows up there. So if there's no episode 7, you'll be like, oh, Jeff must be famous now from Pinterest. He bailed on the podcast. Well, getting back to Twitter for a second on the hashtag roundup, hashtag games. The Unlikely Game did something a bit ago, but I thought it was relevant for the show. Unlikely do-it-yourself projects. A lot of great ones. PJ, digging yourself out of a hole. We've all been there. Dig a hole and then dig yourself out of it. Can't call a contractor for that one. Working Ghostbuster Proton Pack. Hey, what kid hasn't done that with a bunch of stuff around the house? Billy says, coffin. That's interesting. Answering the phone. Haven't done that in so long. I guess that would be considered a DIY project. And I think the most important one relevant right now is haircut. I need one of those. My wife tells me every day. All right, that's it for episode 6. Thank you for joining us on the Jeff Dwoskin Show, and we will see you next time.
Thanks so much for listening to this episode of The Jeff Dwoskin Show with your host, Jeff Dwoskin. Now go repeat everything you heard and sound like a genius. Catch us online at thejeffdwoskinshow.com or follow us on Twitter at Jeff Dwoskin Show, and we'll see you next time.